Hey, so just wanted to do a quick video to show. So this IOTA trade, I posted it publicly on Twitter. Guys in the group didn't even get much of a heads up, but I figured I always say that it's important. So in this instance, on this collapse today, I ended up with a couple percent profit, which is fine. Obviously, that's a winning trade. I didn't take a loss. But this is a good example. I always say that it's important to learn from your losses, learn from the times you're wrong and you make mistakes. It's just as important as reveling in your successes, right? So taking a look at this IOTA trade, there's some key things that I figured I would point out. The trade that I had come up with was important. It was great. There was a great positive upside. But what's more pertinent, what I always talk about, is risk management. I constantly tell you guys about mitigating risk, obviously, as you very well know. You hear me preach about it all the time. So when we got up to this point and we started breaking these resistances that I had set up, I moved my stop loss up right here, 3054. Locked in 2% profit. So then when it did come down, I ended up getting kicked out of the trade with 2% profit. So that's why I moved my stop losses up. But where you move them up is absolutely critical. You need to be able to identify support and resistance, and that's the most important part of trading. So this is a good example because my stop losses were so amazingly precise here. We got up here. I never moved my stop loss up again. I had made a post where I talked about this trade, and I said, I'll be conservative. I'm only moving it up to lock in 2%, even though in theory, I was at one point up 7%. I only locked in 2% because I wasn't confident that we would be able to maintain that heading without retracing a bit. And sure enough, we did retrace. Now look what happened. We retraced, and look how close we got. We got to 3066 versus 3054, right above where that stop loss was. Then we recovered and started moving up again. If Bitcoin didn't take that dip and we didn't get that massive sell-off across the board, this trade would have been continuing up perfectly. And I would have been showing off about how great that stop loss was because it got so close where if it did come down any further, that meant that it was coming down really far and you want to get out of the trade. But if it comes down, if you can get close to your stop loss, if you can get your stop losses that precise, you don't get prematurely stopped out of a trade. You can continue in the trade. You maintain your position with all the positive upside without taking on any risk. You're still not going to take a loss. You've locked in and guaranteed profit, but you're also not going to get prematurely stopped out. If you didn't know how to do this and you ended up taking your stop loss and you moved it up to exactly to where the support and resistance was at 3071, you would have gotten just stopped out, and then you would have complained. Your strategy about using stop losses sucks because I got wicked out. I always get wicked out. If you're getting wicked out, you're not placing your stop losses correctly. And in order to know how to set stop losses and how to set them well, you need to know how to identify support and resistance levels. So just a quick little video to explain that. Also, you'll see after this big drop, when it came back down, look at what happened. That was my original stop loss when I shared this trade. My original entry was right here, 2993. Original stop loss, 2910. The bottom of this candle right here was 2912. This one, the wick, happened to break that stop loss, but that was it. Besides that, this pretty much touched. It was two away. They're not sats because we're talking about USDT pairing here. Call them micro pennies. I don't know. Penoshis, dollaroshis. I don't know. Like, brain's fried. I can't be creative. But anyway, you get the point. There are various techniques and strategies for identifying support and resistance. I've done some videos on them. I've done a lot for the group because I do a lot of educational work with them. But I'll try to put out some more public videos as well on that subject. Identifying support and resistance, absolutely crucial. I mean, look at this latest dip. We just bounced right off of this support and resistance I had. We also got rejected right there on the bounce back up. We also got support, if you look, on the initial drop down. God damn it, go away. On the initial drop, this candle got support right on that support and resistance before it bounced back up and then eventually came back down. So you can identify support and resistance based on past trading levels, Fibonacci. There are various techniques. My Ichima model is amazing. It's been incredible and led to a lot of success on my part because I have 4 dynamic supports that move along with the price action. So you have the EMAs, 55 and 99 hourly EMAs, plus the Ichimoku cloud leading span A and B, which are the top and the bottom of the cloud. So I would say anybody who's interested in learning how to trade and applying TA principles, first thing you should do is focus on support and resistance, what it means, various types, how to do it. I mean, this support and resistance level here, 3071, Look at all the support I'm getting from that. Boom, bouncing up, right? We got rejected right around there and came back down. Got rejected a dozen times right here, and it was hard to fight through that resistance. That's why I decided early on, once we break through this resistance, then I'm going to have a ton of confidence, and then I'm going to move my stop loss up because I know this is a really strong support and resistance level. Then you have other ones that aren't as strong, but you can look at past trading activity, Fibonacci, lots of things. Check out some videos. I know there's a lot of great contributors in the community, so check out YouTube. Try to find out more about those base concepts before you dig into the more complex stuff. And then hit me up if you think I could help, because I'm always happy to advise on that sort of stuff. If there's some things you have questions about or ideas for a video, let me know, and maybe I'll throw something together. All right, thanks, guys.